Good evening, I'm Kate Snow in for Lester tonight. They were experienced divers who signed up for an adventurous holiday weekend trip off the coast of Santa Cruz Island near Los Angeles. 39 people were on board the diving boat when it caught fire in the darkness early this morning. The passengers asleep in berths down below. Tonight, family members are desperate for information about how crew members escaped while divers perished. Gotti Schwartz has the details.
At 3 a.m. off the coast of a California island, a frantic call. That mayday coming from the Conception, a 75-foot boat fully engulfed in flames.
I can't breathe.
Over the radio, a man identifying himself as the captain telling the Coast Guard dozens of passengers were trapped below deck. Sleeping in bunks seen here, 34 divers on a 3-day scuba excursion along California's Channel Islands. 5 crew members awake on the upper deck jumped overboard to escape the flames, then used a dinghy to reach another boat for help, all while 33 passengers and 1 crew member remain trapped below deck.
Can you get back on board and unlock the boat, unlock the door so they can get off? There's no escape hatch for any of the people on board.
Witnesses described hearing explosions during the fire, but authorities say it's still too soon to tell how the fire started. The Coast Guard saying so far they've recovered 4 bodies, 2 males, 2 females, while an additional 4 victims were located on the ocean floor near the vessel. 26 other victims remain unaccounted for.
Did the crew try to help the other passengers?
I don't have any additional information regarding that.
The Conception's burned-out hull sunk shortly after sunrise. Tonight located in shallow waters and upside down just 60 feet off the coast of Santa Cruz Island.
I think we all should be prepared to move into the worst outcome.
Rescuers will continue their search through the night, but so far, no sign of survivors.
And Gotti joins us now. Gotti, there are just so many unanswered questions.
Yeah, and a growing call for answers. Kate, specifically, did this boat have a fire evacuation plan? Did it have fire suppression equipment on board, smoke detectors, fire extinguishers? Did it have just one escape hatch? And how was it that the crew was able to make it off the boat, but the passengers were not? All of these questions remain unanswered at this point, but such a tremendous loss of life that the NTSB team is now sending 16 people to help with this investigation.
Gotti Schwartz out in California. Gotti, thank you.
Tonight we begin with CBS 2's Randy Page, who just returned from the search area and is live in Oxnard. Randy?
Jeff Susie, the fire chief here, is calling this a worst-case scenario for good reason. This was, after all, a holiday weekend. The ship was packed with divers. They'd spent 2 full days, Saturday and Sunday, diving around the Channel Islands. So when they went to sleep and the fire broke out at 3:30 in the morning, they were soundly sleeping. Add to that the fact this is a remote situation, so the fire department could not get there in a hurry, and you have a disaster. The bone-chilling mayday call from a crew member on board the Conception as the 75-foot charter boat was burning beneath his feet. And while this crew member and 5 others were able to safely jump into the ocean, 33 passengers asleep in bunk beds below deck were trapped. Coast Guard rescuers and fire crews arrived to find this. This morning, as we made our way out to Santa Cruz Island, the marine layer was thick, making it difficult for rescue teams to search. But as we approached the island, visibility improved. We can't show you the Conception because it's completely submerged, but we know it was somewhere in the area where this Coast Guard cutter is. And the heartbreaking part is that it was less than a football field away. Santa Cruz Island was so close, a strong swimmer could have easily made it to shore. And with ocean temperatures hovering near 70 degrees, someone who made it out of the boat alive with a life vest could survive for hours. Divers were busy underwater while a Coast Guard cutter stood by, but we didn't see a lot of search activity in the immediate area where the Conception slipped beneath the surface. We did see search helicopters about a half a mile away from the island running search patterns as rescuers widened the search area, looking for the bright orange glint of a life vest or some sign of life on the ocean surface.
We're always hopeful that there would be more survivors found, and the search and rescue operation continues today and will through tomorrow morning, doing everything that we can to try to see if anyone could have survived this.
And once this turns into a recovery operation, the heartbreak will continue because the ship underwater is inverted. We're told it's extremely unstable. So divers will have a very difficult time getting in to recover the bodies. It could be some time before that is finally finished. Live in Oxnard, Randy Page, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Randy, thank you. And CBS 2's Leslie Marin is live in Oxnard tonight. She spoke to the couple who actually rescued 5 survivors in the middle of the night. Leslie?
Yeah, that's right, Susie. Shirley and Bob Hansen say they have been bringing their boat, the Grape Escape, right off here to the Ventura coast for over a decade. Last night, they anchored their boat in a place they never have before, but overnight they noticed that fire and they heard the crew screaming for help. Do you know someone that may have been on that boat?
My son. Our son.
A mother and father heartbroken. Tonight, dozens of families are waiting for news on their loved ones after the charter boat they were on burst into flames. Fighting through pain, surviving crew members on board the Conception charter boat were brought to land early this morning. The 5 men, including the captain, were able to make it off the burning boat into a dinghy, waking up Bob and Shirley Hansen.
The banging on the side of the boat, and then I heard help, and my husband got up, and I followed him, and he opened the door, and he saw the flames.
Bob and Shirley were on their boat, the Grape Escape, just yards away. They described seeing the devastation as the charter boat went up in flames.
The flames, and knowing that there are people on board that cannot get out. You can only imagine the horror that they were going through.
But the Madera couple quickly jumped into action, helping the crew members.
And as soon as I came out, I saw the man with the broken leg lying in the bottom of the dinghy in water.
They say some of the crew members did try to go back and rescue others, despite being unsuccessful.
And he cried because he said they celebrated 3 birthdays that night. And one of them was a 17-year-old girl who was there with her parents.
Bob and Shirley say the images they saw of the boat on fire are haunting. They are avid boaters, and their daughter has even been on the Conception before.
When people say that you're a hero, come on. All we did was call the Coast Guard and take care of 5 guys who were freezing.
And tonight, Bob and Shirley do have their boat, the Grape Escape, docked here at the Channel Islands Harbor. They also told me that one of the crew members they helped to rescue did mention that his girlfriend was on board that boat but had not made it out. Reporting live, Leslie Manning, back to you in the studio.
Leslie, thank you. The Conception is a boat from a well-known charter company. That company is based at Sea Landing in Santa Barbara. It's about 30 miles from the fatal fire's location. It left there on Saturday. CBS 2's Joy Benedict is at the home port with more on the boat and how this is affecting the harbor community. Joy.
That's right. Truth Aquatics came about in 1974. The Conception, one of their boats built in 1981. I did speak to the family that owns this company earlier this morning over the phone. They didn't want to speak on camera, but simply say they're devastated. And clearly, they're not the only ones. Here at Santa Barbara Harbor, you can see the flowers that are starting to line the railing here where the Conception has been docked for so many years. Folks coming out to show their support. There are no notes. There are no words. But quite frankly, at a time like this, sometimes none are needed.
Truth Aquatics has been exploring this wilderness since 1974 on our custom-built dive boats.
For many divers in Santa Barbara, Truth Aquatics has been the name they trusted for trips along the coast for decades, which is why many in this oceanside community couldn't help but come to the Santa Barbara Harbor looking for answers.
I just feel so, it's just such a tragedy.
Rochelle Upton worked as a chef on the Conception for a private event many years ago.
And just from working on one, I would say it was very safe and a very experienced crew. So I don't know what happened.
And right now, neither does the company that owns this boat. According to their website, the Conception carried 39 people out to sea Saturday for a 3-day diving trip off the northern Channel Islands. With a capacity to hold 46, the 79-foot boat was equipped with showers and sleeping quarters. Those who've been on it say the quarters are below deck. And when the fire started, many would have been sleeping, preparing for a day of diving. That didn't happen.
Yeah, we slept like in bunks in the very bottom.
Those with knowledge of the boat say it was equipped with smoke detectors and safety precautions, and drills were often run. And this company and its owner are well respected in this industry.
They've been around a long time and everybody loves them.
Experienced boaters say whatever happened on the boat to cause the fire must have happened very quickly, preventing the evacuation plan from being executed.
It's going to be devastating. And it's going to be, everyone, of course, wants to know what happened.
But until that information comes, this marine community is showing up, offering flowers and everything they can to help the families of those on board move forward.
Maybe offer a sense of peace, prayers, good wishes.
Well, Truth Aquatics does operate 2 other boats here out of the Santa Barbara Harbor. Both of them are running business as usual. And the U.S. Coast Guard does inspect each and every vessel every year. And they say at its last inspection, Conception was up to code. Reporting live from Santa Barbara, I'm Joy Benedict, CBS 2 News.